So I'm Eva Cameron. I grew up on a farm out by Sandy Lake, where I, not only learned the meaning of hard work, but my parents taught me that, you stand up for what you believe in. And if you want change, then, get involved and make the changes happen. So when my mom actually moved off the farm and she found this wonderful community called Spruce Woods Housing Co-op. And, it was not only affordable for her, but it was comfortable. And when I'd visit, I'd come up here and visit with her. And, to me, it was like, wow, like this is where I want to be. And so I did. I moved into Spruce Woods Housing Co-op with my two young daughters at the time. And I'm still here. Well, moving into Spruce Woods Housing Co-op when I was, a single working parent with my two daughters, it really gave me a sense of relief. Everybody knows everybody. And when I moved into Spruce Woods, my mom was actually on the board of directors at the time. And then when, she left, I was approached and asked, hey, come and join, see what it's all about. And I did for a few years. And then my children were in school. So I, left the board of directors and got involved in parent councils and, right through to the Canadian Home and School Federation. My girls then grew up and left home, and I found it to be a really good opportunity to join the board and pay it forward. On any given day, you can find me outside with the maintenance people and helping, painting and that kind of thing. And, it's been wonderful. I have learned a lot about maintenance from our maintenance staff. With all of our, buildings being older, we are, trying to repair and renovate. We've been very successful with receiving, grants, to the point where I'm now called the grant lady. Working with the board and our staff and our, contractors has been great. We have a lot of fun. We work together, and it's helping and it's saving the co-op money. At a time where the whole country is talking about affordable housing and homelessness, it is so important, for our government to recognize that the housing co-ops are part of the solution. Housing co-ops, provides you an opportunity to be part of a community and to be involved in the community. And our housing co-op has provided so many families with the opportunity to buy their first house. Well, I have to say I'm very honored that I was nominated. I really want to thank Noreen Mitchell, who, sent the nomination in, and everybody that contributed to it. And to my family, my daughters and son-in-laws and my 4 wonderful grandchildren who are always there to support me. It really is truly appreciated.